Mirror, the hack coming, trying to come through, puts Dove and MaltheL in the line of fire. And once the Zarya bubbles are baited out comes the nano boost from Teru onto Mirror, and down goes Vulcan on the Zarya. Justice doing a very good job of burning the Zarya out of those two bubbles to be able to move onto the tank when she is utterly defenseless. And again, this comes down to experience. When you swap to something like a Zarya, this can sometimes throw a curveball into the mix, right? For some of these teams who maybe aren't used to scrimming against the Zarya, since it hasn't really been that flavor of the meta for a long time. When the desk were talking about prevalent tanks at the moment, it was more things like the Winston and the Ramatra. This is a team that is coming from Chinese contenders and Korea. They are used to going up against Winstons and Zaryas because it was the meta in Overwatch 1. We had double bubble where you played Zarya alongside Winston. So they were already incredibly experienced in coming in and knowing when to burn out the bubbles. But talking about coming with something maybe not experienced for Eternal to go up against, we need to find the bingo card, and we need to scratch off one particular square, because Justice on the defense, they're doing a little bit of trolling, a little bit of shenanigans from the team as FDGod has locked in the Lifeweaver, his first ever appearance in Overwatch League.
Okay, Lifeweaver, let's see how he does in the first appearance of Overwatch League. I can't say I expected this part of the bingo card to be crossed off. FDGod obviously with Thorn Volley just trying to pressure Vulcan's defensive matrix. We're probably going to see a little of this POV, but I imagine eventually the Vegas Eternal will be able to get the dive. However, you know, while they're on the high ground, they do have this advantage, and as long as the Lifeweaver just chills above the high ground with the Soldier 76, they do have a lot of sustain to play that counter dive and play around the Lifeweaver. However, Vulcan's getting that cart push. You know, they're not playing at the correct angle at the moment to really get the maximum value out of this composition. However, the cart does stop at the corner, so they eventually rotate towards that side. The Vegas Eternal trying to set up a dive here. I'm assuming onto FDGod, although he does use the pedal to get up to the high ground. Dove does try to find that pedal, maybe with the hack on the low ground or onto Mir, but he's pressured out eventually, and there's just too much damage right now into the backline of Vegas Eternal. They try to rotate all the way through the high ground.
FDGod is just entirely on pressure at the moment because Mirror is the one that's taking all of the heat. Every single one of Dove's hacks has been intercepted by this Diva. Now we should see FDGod off of that platform, able to use the dash to make his way onto the second high ground opposite. So it's still going to be up to Dove and MaltheL to try to infiltrate this backline and take this Lifeweaver down, but pedal platform comes up again, and FDGod still no pressure.
He's got the tree. I didn't even think we'd see a tree of life. I thought he would die and swap off of it, but this seems to be the most chill game of Lifeweaver ever for FDGod. Justice playing at the back from that pulse bomb available for MaltheL. Does not actually go for it. Recalls before he could use it. FDGod does use the tree of life inside that room, so they get nice and healthy. And also has the nano. A nano Lifeweaver as well. Maybe that should be on the bingo card at this point, but they don't get any kills off of it. They do sustain that dive and have some ultimates into this next one, but Dove comes in with EMP, and there you go. Deleted immediately. Counter EMP comes out by the Justice, but it's just Flora and Mir. Fantastic EMP from Dove, and the card's in a great spot. They could potentially fully cap out.